Hi everyone, this is Mike Gordon here, and welcome to part 1 of my perfect playthrough of Tommy Lasorda Baseball. Before we get started, let's go over each of our 4 main options up here. In the US East Division, we have Detroit, Toronto, Milwaukee, New York Yankees, Boston, Baltimore, and Cleveland. Pardon the transitions here, this game doesn't have a bat, cancel, or exit button of any sort. Anyways, in the US West, we have Minnesota, Kansas City, Oakland, Seattle, Chicago White Sox, California Angels, and Texas. In the World East, we have the Chicago Cubs, Montreal, New York Mets, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and St. Louis. Finally, in the World West, we have Atlanta, Cincinnati, Houston, San Diego, San Francisco, and our very own LA Dodgers. First match of the season's against San Fran. Everything here looks good. And it's time to play some Tommy Lasorda baseball.
Play ball!
Now to go over the controls.
Ball.
A bunts and C swings if you hold it down. If you simply press it, your hitter will instead stop short of the plate. However, if you don't press A or C again, you'll just stand there holding that position looking like an idiot. The D-pad allows you to move your batter or pitcher around as well. Each of the directions are also mapped to their corresponding bases. Right is first, up is second, left is third, and down is fourth. However, it isn't enough to just hold the corresponding direction down. Since the D-pad needs to be used to move around, any interaction between the players and the bases are mapped to a corresponding action button as well. For example, if you have a man on base, you need to hold down the B button as well as the corresponding direction to inch them a bit closer to the next base. And if they leave their current base, especially while the pitcher is in the process of making their pitch, they'll attempt to steal the next base. But if the pitcher or the baseman catch wind of what is about to happen, then the only way to turn them around is to hold the corresponding direction with the A button instead. Because your own teammates have absolutely no AI of their own, you pretty much have to act on your feet. You have absolutely no time to think about what you have to do. If you can't figure out this clusterfuck of a control system, you're screwed. But the pitching game is much worse by comparison. First of all, let's go over the basics. C throws the ball, B lets you run with the ball as well as switch perspectives between the pitcher's mound and the field itself, and A moves all of your other teammates around with the D-pad. And on the pitcher's mound, you can also control the directions of your pitches. Person holding down is supposed to pitch a fastball, and holding left and right allows you to steer the ball, sometimes in incredibly unnatural formations. Unfortunately, as you are about to see later on in this video, your own players will sometimes lock up in place even in the presence of a live ball. Your pitcher won't even move off the pitcher's mound unless the ball is right there, right in front of him. And even then, he won't even bother going after strong hits. And if any of your basemen or shortstops so much as get within a pixel of a base, even if they are the closest person to a live ball and you absolutely need them to catch it, they will lock in place in their base and that ball is as good as gone. Even taking into account the absolutely dated control scheme for this game, it is a complete anomaly as far as I'm concerned in game design. I get that if you just watch the video by itself, it doesn't really look like it, but trust me when I say that this was pretty much my absolute best effort on a single save state. And even then, once things began to fall apart, I pretty much had to rely on them the rest of the way due to real life time constraints. In short, my job sucks ass and it's the only thing paying the bills. What I'm doing right now, I'm doing during the little free time that I have. assuming I have the energy or motivation to do it. I basically sleep until lunch, eat, then fool around a bit, then record some gameplay footage, and then narrate over it. And that just happens to be one of the rare occurrences I'm reading off of a script, if nothing else, but to explain how this game is even played. It's a very time-consuming effort, and I don't have the luxury to just figure out how to play the game, get good at it, and then show the most authentic gameplay experiences I can. Basically, this is what I can do. This is the absolute best I can do for now. If I had more time or could do this on a full-time basis, yeah, I would spend time getting good at it, but it is what it is.
First baseman. Out.
Sounds like I'm complaining, and part of me for that, but it is what it is. I know I make this sound like this is a really bad game, but honestly, it's kind of a frustrating game to get into for newcomers to baseball. If I had to take a guess, modern baseball games, maybe not even just the games that came out this year or last year or anything like that. I'm talking about games as modern as, say, the Sony PlayStation. Probably have far more streamlined control schemes than this game. I honestly do believe that there are better baseball games out there. This was one of the games that my dad bought on a whim for the Sega Genesis, but nobody ever played it. And playing and trying to grind this game out for a playthrough, I basically learned the hard way why. That is, back then there's only 3 action buttons on the control schemes, and people haven't really figured out how to give baseball the silkiest of smooth controls. Everything was either really simplified or really convoluted. The baseball game that my dad did play was TV Sports Talk Baseball, I think, for the Amiga. I know it's a game with a similar title to this, but still.
Second baseman.
Alright, this is the inning where things start going to go wrong. And at this stage, I pretty much had to start using save states. Well, not here with me getting the 3 outs, but starting here. Alright, he hits it. I get the left fielder, but it's nowhere near where the marker indicates, and it just bounces. So the baseman ends up taking third. So the hitter ends up getting to third base. Now this is kind of bullcrap, what just happened. Yeah, when they pull that crap off with against me, it always results in an out because I caught the ball and I threw it to the base that the other guy just left, and they call it as a score. But when it happens to them, they get the run. But it happens to me, I get the out. It's kind of bullcrap. So from here on, you basically see me. Well, okay, this is a long period here before I use save states again.
First baseman. Out.
Alright, I go through a couple innings just trying to manipulate these successful swings. only to get outs anyways. And then when I pitch, and then when I got a pitch, I basically manipulate the outs.
Out.
So this is kind of a boring game.
First baseman.
So yes, due to some technicalities, this
Second baseman.
first opportunity at a no-hitter basically goes up in smokes.
Shortstop.
So now I'm not gonna reset this playthrough just because I got the no-hitter. Just because I didn't get the no-hitter. In real life, baseball teams don't get no-hitters in every single game. That's just not feasible.
First baseman. Out.
And even if I were to do that, this would make for an extremely
Second baseman.
extremely boring perfect playthrough. You're basically seeing some guy with way too much time on their hands manipulating
Right fielder.
30 plus games of 28 pitch no hitters. Well, actually take that back, it'd be 31. Because the game never gives you the designated home team status. Okay, this is where I basically needed this. And I always love the sound of that echo when you hit a really strong swing and then you get the home run. That actually feels good and it actually keeps me going with this game. Just getting that loud swing.
Second baseman.
I'm able to make some progress. That feels good. So that was actually the deciding score right there. The deciding run was that single run home run right there.
Third baseman. Foul.
Pretty much the rest of the way is just me trying to make another foul.
Ball.
And I actually figured out the controls just in time for that. Again, you have to hold the course and I get the strikeout, so it didn't even matter.
Second baseman. Out.
So I'm just trying to make it through the 8th inning.
Strike.
Trying to bowl. And that's pretty much it. I've basically ran out of commentary. There really isn't much to say about this specific game against the San Francisco Giants. Because, you know, if this was a no-hitter perfect game, this is kind of the reason why I'm not going to require every game become in this every single game in the season is a no-hitter, because it would be an extremely boring game. I have no idea what this pitcher's trying to do. Eventually I got the hit and the out.
Center fielder.
And it's an out.
Ball.
So up to this point in time, I've basically... So after the...
First baseman.
I've basically been playing honestly.
Out.
Playing on it. I've been trying to play an honest game after the single run home run. But here I basically decided to manipulate the bottom of the ninth.
Out.
Actually, that didn't require much manipulation right there.
Strike.
I was just in an ideal spot spot.
Left fielder. Out.
And from here on, this is pretty much game 7 match right here.
Out.
And here we go, game 1 of Tony Lasorda baseball. Los Angeles Dodgers beats the San Francisco Giants 2-1. So tune in next time when I take on game 2 of Tommy Lasorda's baseball. Will I get my perfect game then? Let's find out next time. This is Mike Gordon signing off.